Jude 1, verses 10 through 11. But these speak evil of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally as brute beasts, and those things they corrupt themselves. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Kor. Jude 1, verses 10 through 11.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far.
Well, grand rising to all of you that are here. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God we just see another day and have an opportunity to once again experience the love and the grace that we have been shown each and every day. Grand rising to all of you. This is a wonderful day that the Lord made. Yes, He has. He made it. He made it just for us. And in all of our ways, we should acknowledge Him. And as the book says, He will direct your path. We sure need some direction if we need to listen to we need to listen to the wonderful things that are happening and occurring in our communities each and everywhere. I'd like to say grand rising, good morning to each and every one of you. to Keisha the stylist, and to Little Red of Big Red's Blues. Now, I just talked to Little Red. Little Red, y'all, is running for mayor of the town of Clarksdale, city of Clarksdale, not the town, it's the city. And I've kept this on purpose, and I haven't told anybody who our dear friend, his other occupation. Well, evidently y'all know that Little Red, who is also state representative Orlando Payton from the wonderful, beautiful city of Clarksdale, proprietor of Big Red's Blues Lounge in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Wonderful place to go. Y'all know Ground Zero has pulled out. Something happened down there, but don't fear. In the blues capital of the world, go to Little Red's Blues. We're gonna tell you about them. We're gonna play them in a little bit. And the Juke Joint Festival is getting ready to come soon. We're trying to make some kind of there's a lot of festivals and a lot of Brad. Hey, Brad in Milwaukee. There's a switch in his festival is going to be changed. I'm going to get Brad on the show real soon to tell you all how to tell you all about Milwaukee and the things in Milwaukee. Grand Rising, good morning, all those other great things to all of you that are here, giving us an opportunity to share with you on this wonderful day. And I want to say I know that I wanted to acknowledge to you on yesterday, I had a little visit to the Mississippi State Capitol in Jackson, Mississippi, and there were some, not restrictions, but there were a few hindrances that we couldn't really broadcast. They have their own live stream, and we do have access to it. And I wanted you all to hear Representative Scott from the state of Mississippi as they passed a income tax elimination bill. In that bill, it will strip a lot of things. The revenue will be gone because the income tax is a means of how the state of Mississippi, takes care. Now, Mississippi is and I say this because our major audience is in Mississippi, where I started. Not major, but it's a great part of our coverage area. Thank you to WKRA 92.7 FM. Yes, we still have a contract with them, but that don't sound like it. That ain't bad. It's just that I was contracted to provide the signal and our show, and I will not break that There's no reason to break it. Whether you, I know that there's been some instances where our show hasn't been heard in our local area. That's why we have our streaming service, and we're always broadcasting live from the MacMan Morning Show or the Mac Media 3 studios. They get our signal and they distribute it. Now, I know that there are people that are on. There are a lot of people that listen to us. We are simulcast. We're shared all over. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. You can come in, like, and subscribe. Those of you that are in the bushes, I know you're there. Don't be ashamed. Just say hello. Say good morning. I'd like to say good morning to Deacon Alvin Moore, our chairman of our deacon board. And we got a deacon board here at the Back Red Board to show. He is our chairman, and I'm wonderful. It's just a wonderful opportunity to know that he listens to us at his opportune time. And we'd like to say good morning to Deacon Alvin Moore, better known as chairman. head guy. When he speaks, we listen. To the section leader of the choir in the alto section, that's Sharon Reed, his wonderful daughter, and Anthony Reed, his son, uh, grandson, that has wonderfully and fearfully has uh, pastored and his wonderful church, and we just like to say good morning to him. To Alice, the blessed child of God. That's my buddy. That's our lead and head and chief usher. She's the moderator. She's gonna keep y'all straight. Y'all don't do nothing, or she's gonna pull out the ruler, and she'll take care of the business on y'all. I like to say to each and every one of you that listen to the MacMan Morning Show, the ones that will listen, the ones that will hear, that we're here as a resource to you, and we're trying to do our very best to bring you the information that you need. Brother Lee will be here soon. Brother Lee Mack with his commentary after we talk about our stories that we're going to be covering today. I've been staying on this topic because it's important, folks. And they say, well, you talk about them folks in Washington, you talk about them folks all the time, talk about that. You don't tell, nobody tells me what to talk about. And nobody directs and guides this show other than me. And the authority that I have here, I run the show here. And I believe that the audience that we have appreciates us for coming on the air. Next month, we will be in our 1-year anniversary. It's actually the second week of April that we actually officially came on the air. And what we did was we started broadcasting, and it got good, I guess, because we got an opportunity to come to you each and every day. We broadened our horizons and took our broadcast to higher heights. And as we went through, and as we fall down and get back up, fall down and get back up, persistence is the name of the game. You can't be in anything and you just really want to give up. There's nothing easy. You're going to have to work at everything. And I'm glad for the audience that has been amassed to each and every day. Somebody new is listening somewhere. They may not register it, StreamYard. You may not register it. You still try to mess with our broadcast. I'm saying that because they listen. And it's a disservice to the MacMan Morning Show and Mac Media 3 Productions that if we pay our money and we pay to be on, that we are not censored and we're not hindered from doing our broadcast. I do a professional broadcast. I'm a broadcast journalist. I have to reiterate that because people think that this is a hobby. This is not a hobby. When I was asked to broadcast and start broadcasting a show, they didn't get me because it was a hobby. Is this your hobby? No, this is my profession. This is what I do. It's part of it that God has allowed me to do many, many things, from firefighting, ministry, all types of things. And I'll always be a part of ministry. I'll always be a part of first responder and being a first. I'm just all around friend. I'm James. I care for people. I have a heart for people. I have a heart for people that may not have the opportunity to really get the information that they need, or the news is so scrambling to a point that they don't tell you anything. They tell you what they want you to hear. But I'm here to give you the real raw, as my brother Martin Johnson, G. Johnson would say, the crime chaser. I want to say good morning to the crime chaser as my friend. And we would do to see each other, but we had some other arrangements, some other things that came up, not arrangements. We got a opportunity to I met many friends that we do have in associates. Now, I want to say good morning. Fabulous Friday. We got major news, and the major news is coming out of Dalton and Thornton Township. Not really major, but the real thing that's coming out is this Mississippi thing. Now, O'Meara Scott is the wonderful state representative that represent her area in the state legislature. And O'Meara Scott is a warrior. And when I say a warrior, she has not let sickness or ailments or anything get in the way of her duties as a legislator. And I'm just glad that I got a chance to know and still know who she is. And O'Meara Scott, I'm going to get her information up to you so that you can see it. O'Meara Scott is a wonderful person. I'm going to put her picture up for you in a second so that you can see what I'm talking about. I am at the controls by myself, so y'all don't be harassing me and talking about me saying that the MagMan clicked off this and he did that and so forth and so on. I ain't did nothing. I just do what I do. And we're going to listen to her as she spoke yesterday. And I mean, one of the most passionate and funniest, well, at the end it was funny, but it wasn't funny when people didn't pick up on that. She can cut you and you don't even know that you cut. You know, there's some people that can cut you and you won't even feel it. But O'Meara Scott, who is the state representative in the state of Mississippi, I'm trying to get this done right quick if y'all give me a second. And good morning to all. Yeah, y'all speak now. Y'all say something. Y'all be all in the bushes. I see 9 on the counter. It's okay. I praise God. Thank y'all for being here. But y'all like and subscribe. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Wait a minute. Turn this off. Okay, let me turn this down. Okay. All right. Now, this is Miss O'Meara Scott. Folks, y'all give me a couple of seconds. It's just, the MagMan fingers is all bumbled up and carrying on. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now, MagMan is back. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Y'all forgive me. I'm going to, let me come out of here. Okay. Now, this is O'Meara Scott. Okay. Now, and in the state of Mississippi, the legislature is in session and they're trying their best to, how can I put it? They're trying their best to they passed a income tax bill. Wait a minute, hold on a second, folks. And they passed this bill. That's O'Meara Scott right here, folks. Now, O'Meara Scott is state representative. She serves on Appropriations A, Housing, Interstate Cooperation, Medicaid, Public Health and Human Services, and State Affairs. Her occupation, she was a nursing home administrator. She's been in the legislature since, get this, since 1993. She's been there a long time, senior member of the House of Representatives. And O'Meara Scott read them their rights on the air. And I'm going to put this out here. Now, I got her permission. I was trying to get her on. I'm going to probably get her on next week. Hey, Miss Yolanda, how are you? It's good to have you here. All right. Like and subscribe. You hear we like that. Y'all welcome our friend. That's, you know, Alice always stay on top of things. And we just like to say thank you and welcome to the Mac Man Morning Show. Michi Yolanda. Did I get that right? Please put that. If I got your name right, please say yes. If I didn't, that's I don't want to destroy your name, Miss Yolanda. I want to thank you for being a part of our show. Now let's get to this good part. All right. Now I'm going to take O'Meara down, her picture, and we're going to see what Miss O'Meara told them folks when they said they're going to eliminate the income tax. And y'all see, I know how to work my thing now. And I'm going to go here. I want y'all to listen to this and listen to her as she roasts the chicken. Watch this.
Lady from Scott, you're recognized. Lady from Jones, Miss Scott, you're recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I don't know how many of you heard the interview that the Lieutenant Governor gave on last night with WJTV. And he told the state of Mississippi, he said, I don't know if the people recognize that 2/3 of our budget comes from the federal government. He said, I don't think the people know that, you know, we got $7 billion that we're generating. 13 or 14 billion is coming from the feds, and then whatever the extra is. But what was interesting, what the Lieutenant Governor went on to say, was that he expects cuts. And he said when the cuts come, because of the action that would take place at the federal level, he said, y'all will have to make decisions because y'all, the legislature, that's your job. You need to go back and listen to it. He said, that's our job. So the reason why I came up here to speak to you, really, because this is the last time we'll entertain this, is so that you will know that when the cuts come and you come back in here, the gentleman just told you about how much money that you have available to you, about $1.6 billion, and that's, you know, but that's being generous. And that's if they don't spend anything out of it this time. And we know that they will, because even your projects are going to come out of the capital expense. So we know we're going to spend money out of it. But ladies and gentlemen, one program that you have, which is your Medicaid program, if they cut it 25%, you will see a $2 billion shortfall. If you don't spend a dime of that 1.6, you can't make it up. But you know what else you did in this? You didn't put a dime back in your stabilization, which they said they were going to do. They took away the tax increase to try to make up some money to divert to the cities. And you got a train wreck coming to you from Washington, D.C. Now, if you don't deal with but one program, and that's your state health care program, which is Medicaid, you're going to either be $2 billion or $3 billion short. Now, I'm telling you this, because when we come back up in here next year, you know I'm going to come up here and remind you of what you did. So think about this, Mr. Speaker. You know, when we go to church, Philippians tells us to think of the things that's lovely and think of the things that's good. These are good programs I'm fixing to name to you, but they're optional. And if we don't have the money, That's what goes first. All your waiver programs, they go first. Then your prescription drugs, your clinic services, your physical therapy, your occupational therapy, your respiratory therapy, your dialysis, your personal care services, your hospice services, all of that case management that we love, gone. Your dental services, prosthesis, gone. All of your diagnostic screening and preventive and rehabilitative services that we do for people that are outside of those that are mandatorily required to be served, gone. Now, the question is, as I said to you the other day, can you make it up? And y'all, we're the poorest state in the union, and we cannot make it up. So instead of this, what you have before you, somebody should have brought you a bill in here to pause that $166 million that's coming out of your 22 tax cut. That's what we should have been doing. And we should have been saying, let's wait and see what's going to happen. But the lieutenant governor told us yesterday in his interview, he said, when the cuts come, not me, listen to what he said. He said, the legislature, that's our job. It's going to fall to us to cut and tell Mississippi people that they can't get kidney dialysis, that they won't be able to get their prescription drug. Not because we want to, but because we don't have the money. So I would suggest to you, particularly to my Republican friends, I've been asking y'all to give me Donald John Trump's number because I want to call him. But those of you all who have some influence with those people in Washington, I suggest you call Tyrone. But you can't use my phone. Thank y'all.
That's O'Meara Scott. That's O'Meara Scott, y'all. State representative in Mississippi that let them have it. She told them, she said, look here. Now, let's talk about Mississippi for a minute, because those of you that live in the north and other places, you might not have experienced or may have, what is that? Yes, she did say call Tyrone. But did you see the little page that she shook her head? She said, y'all can call Tyrone, but you can't use my phone. You better call Trump. Because let me just, after I laughed at that, let's see, y'all got to stop, Alice. The problem is, and this is where the problem comes in at, folks, you can cut, you can delay, but every time, and you mark my words, every time, there has to be a cut, there has to be something taken away, there has to be this, there has to be that. You know what? Folks, they always come after the poor people. They always come after the black people. We are the majority. Black people are the majority. The majority of residents in the state of Mississippi are African American black people. Y'all got cousins, y'all got relatives, y'all got friends, y'all got grandmas and everybody, grandpas, everybody that somebody you know live in Mississippi. Can I get a witness? Y'all act like y'all don't know nothing about Mississippi. If you know something about Mississippi, just say hey or one, or just say howdy or something. See, Alice, you know. You better call somebody. She said, you better call. Y'all did this. Y'all gonna come back next year. And what are y'all gonna say about this next year? Y'all gonna say next year, we need to raise the taxes. Y'all know the Republicans, see, they setting it up for the kill. They know that this is a disaster. everything from Washington, D.C. to Jackson, Mississippi. It is a disaster. They are cutting out money and funds and everything to people that need it. Mississippi is a welfare state. Let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. They're last in everything, last in education, last in financing, last in healthcare, last in feeding the poor, last in school. They're getting ready to take federal money. He already now. Those of you all, let me see here if I can put this up. The Trump man has just last night, he cut the Department of Education. Here it is right here. Y'all know the Mac man been working. Come on up here. Put it up there. There we go. We have a crisis coming, folks, because the simple fact of the matter is the orange man has just signed an executive order eliminating the Department of Education. You say, Mac man, why you always messing with that man or whatever the case may be? And I'm so glad that you asked me that wonderful question. This man is destroying. I come out of the public schools. I'm a product of public school. Brennan Elementary School, which is now Alex Haley in Chicago. I went to Carver High School, graduated from Roseland Community High School a year early. Thank you. I'm not a wizard, but I went to summer school. I did it. If you going to summer, I'm going to get these credits. Where you going to summer? I'm going to get these credits. I got extra credits. I did this. I was a hall monitor. I got into broadcasting in high school. I did the broadcast, the Olive Harvey games, the basketball games. I did technical stuff. So I got a whole lot of credits. And when it was time to graduate, I had more than enough to graduate. So I graduated. I want to say hello and shout out to the class of, y'all know who we is. I ain't going to tell y'all all of that. So Miss Haskins, my wonderful, the wonderful superintendent and the wonderful founder of Roseland Community High School. I was in the graduating class, the inaugural graduating class. It was about 350 of us, and I had the distinct pleasure of introducing the newly elected alderman, Bobby Rush, who also went on to Congress to take Harold Washington's seat after Charlie Hayes, Congressman Charlie Hayes, who was a union organizer, when he died, the door was open for Bobby Rush to be the congressman of the 1st Congressional District, which is held now by Jonathan Jackson, son of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Let me go on and say, well, he was our keynote speaker, and I had to introduce him. They said, well, you talk well. And I was I was trained in the church, which public speaking started in the church. It was the church, Greater New Mount Eagle Missionary Baptist Church, 12301 South Michigan Avenue, in Chicago, right there on the corner. Dr. J. Allen Rogers was my pastor, and my youth pastor was the Bishop Larry Trotter. I wanted to say Bishop Trotter is getting ready to be inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. I want to say congratulations to you, Bishop, on your achievement. All right, now that I got that out of the way, the Department of Education is being dismantled as we speak. And the muskrat and his cohorts are invading. Let me tell you about what's going on. I'm going to get back to Amira Scott. Y'all just stand by for just 1 second. All right. It says that the orange man's effort to shutter the U.S. Department of Education is in full swing. As yesterday, on Thursday, he signed an executive order instructing the Secretary of Education, McMahon, she's a wrestling promoter. She is not a education specialist. Why you got that idiot in there? Now that's DEI. That's somebody that's there, ain't got no business being there. Don't know nothing about it. She probably didn't even graduate high school. I don't know what she did. If she did, she need to say something. How does that make you an expert in education being a wrestling promoter? Y'all listen to this. Wrestling promoter. WWE, all your grandbabies, your children, and folks, or some of y'all like Hulk Hogan, all them other folks. I ain't gonna mention no more of them folks. They ain't paying us nothing to advertise them, so I'm not gonna do all that. They asked Miss McMahon, she said, to take all necessary steps to facilitate the closure. We getting ready to shut it down, the Department of Education. And to do so to the maximum extent appropriate and permitted by law. You need a congressional mandate to take down a cabinet position. This is a cabinet position. So they're going to eliminate the Department of Education and her. Now, she came in to lose a job instead of promoting education for our children and help. It's already bad, y'all. It's already bad. You got to deal with child care. You got to deal with expenses. Your kids go to soccer and the football, cheerleading, and everything else that they involved in. Y'all got all these busy schedules. Now your schedule really going to be hectic because you can't go do this. You can't go do that. You can't do this and the other. And kids don't know how to play these days, and we ain't letting them play. We just so sophisticated. We forgot about a ball and a bat and some jump rope or whatever to try to be active and to do the things that they do. No more Boys and Girl Scouts or boys clubs or anything like that, meaning that there's nothing out there for children to go to. And now you're getting ready to cut the very department that's going to help. Good morning to Diane Black, who should be, and I'm praying to God that if somebody of her caliber, or if not herself, comes and runs for Congress here in Mississippi, you got to run for old Mira Scott. The voice, the woman, the sister that stood, the warrior queen of the Mississippi legislature, stood up in front of all them folks and told them, what you about to do, you already about to cut. She's trying to warn them. He's getting ready to cut the whole Department of Education. No more student loans and all that stuff. They say they're gonna pass it down to somebody else. I was at eating lunch yesterday with a delegation, and this Republican, black Republican, I ain't gonna call his name. He know who I'm talking about. If he don't, then that's okay. I don't have no problem with it. But I'm just gonna speak and tell it. He said, "Oh well, everybody's gonna blame Trump." And I looked at him and I said, "Please don't bring that man's name up." And in the midst of all the Republicans, including a senator that was sitting there, and they had a representative, they were sitting there. Everybody was sitting there eating. And this man hollered out, "Oh, they're going to blame Trump." I say, it is his fault. Where's your head been? You got your head in the sand, Jack. You got your head in the sand. Diane, the man sat there. You know who I'm talking about. He over there in your area, and he called himself, we conservative. Conservative what? Y'all, and then he admitted. He said, yeah, we're good at making debt, but you can't balance a budget, and yet and still and all, you're going to cut the money that's already there. How many of y'all live in Mississippi that got your favorite high school? I'm talking to you, Quitman County. I'm talking about you, Clarksdale. They're already taking over in Memphis, Tennessee. They're taking over Memphis Shelby County school system, the largest school system in in Tennessee. They're getting ready to take it over. Why are they always coming to our neighborhood, taking over our stuff? What's wrong with our teachers and our principals and our police chiefs and our mayors and our aldermen and all of the people that are supposed to be serving us? These people are saying to you, we don't care if you are elected. We coming in and taking over everything. DEI. Yes, Alice. That's what they're the DEI. Trump is the DEI. Tyrone. And the DEI, that's the good one. That's his name. We're going to call him tonight. Some of y'all got boyfriends, husbands, children, fathers, or something that's named Tyrone. I like Tyrone Davis is gone to glory. But that's what the Orange Tyrone, that's what we're going to call. He's Orange Tyrone. Orange Tyrone sitting up in the White House with the muskrat and his rat children, the little rats, the muskets. Oh, yeah, I said it. Because he's trying to destroy the educational and is destroying Social Security, the educational system, and everything else this joker is doing. They took away, and they're doing what they do with the Department of Education. They saying, well, y'all don't go to school no way, so we're going to just eliminate it. That's what they say about our community and about our people. Brother Lee, I know Brother Lee want to get a part of this. I'm going to get you in there, Brother Lee. I'm going to go to break real quick. Y'all just stick around. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. Don't forget what you say. Let me see what Alice is. Please don't call the orange guy. Don't call him. Well, I call him Orange Tyrone. I ain't just call him. I ain't even gonna call him a guy, just the orange person, the makeup man, or whatever. We'll get a name for him. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Right now, it is 40 after the hour of 9. I done went past almost, but like I said, this is the Mac Man Morning Show. We're gonna do what we do. I'm gonna bring Brother Lee up. I got to because this is crazy. What's going on? Listen, we're going to come right back after our commercials. This is the Mac Man Morning Show, Mac Media 3 Productions. Each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will be right back after these important messages.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Have you started a business or thinking about doing it? Don't have the right tools or have the right information? Well, I'm glad that you stopped by here. Rolanda Footman has a new ebook called Success Starts Here, giving you the tools necessary to build the winning mindset for entrepreneurs. You can get your free copy of this wonderful ebook by going to thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com, thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free copy. All Mac Man Morning Show listeners will have this opportunity free to have this wonderful periodical that you can add to your business repertoire as far as going back to getting the things that you need for a successful business. thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free e-copy of Rolanda's wonderful book, Success Starts Here, that surely will give you the necessary tools to build a winning company. Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio
And it's 45 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock on this wonderful and gracious Friday morning, right here on the Mac Man Morning Show, Mac Media 3 Productions. I am your wonderful host. I'm James Mack. I'm here. And, you know, I am just happy and I'm excited to be able to come to you on today and to give you, wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Let me get this. I have to do something. Stand by. Oh, let me do this. Y'all let me do this. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got something I want to share before we go. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. I want to first of all say, hold on, Brother Lee, I got you. Let's see. Am I supposed to take this out? Yeah, take that out. Okay. I want to say congratulations to my pastor, the Bishop Larry Darnell Trotter of Sweet Holy Spirit Church in Chicago. I first met Bishop Trotter as a young kid, bad old kid. My mother, they just elected him youth pastor, and I was a handful. And she brought me, she said, if he can handle James, doggone it, he going to be the youth pastor. That's Grace Curry. That's Lily Greer. That's Ida McCrae. Who else was on that committee? Jenny Cates, Mrs. Jenny Cates, my godmother. These four ladies were responsible for picking the new youth pastor. Reverend Rogers gave them the authority to say, well, y'all, if he's all right, check him out and see whether he's going to be good for the youth. Well, my mother said, I got a test for him. I'm going to send James to him, see what he's going to do with him. You know, James, I was just a kid that wanted to know stuff, and I wasn't no bad kid. I was just adventurous. I wanted to know stuff, and it got me in trouble. So she sent me to this guy, this Larry Trotter, Reverend Larry Trotter. I didn't even know who he was. He played the organ. I knew that much. I wasn't in the choir then. I was about 9, something like that. I don't know. And here he comes, and I met him, and he took up with me and gave me an opportunity to know who Jesus really truly was in the Word of God. Lily Thurman, Ruby Thurman, Minister Ruby Thurman, Elder Ruby Thurman. She was the nurse at that time in the church, and she was my Sunday school teacher. She brought me into the beginnings, and then when I really wanted to know how wanted Christ in my life, I wanted to know a little bit more about it and how to live and operate. Bishop Trotter came along, and I mean the impact that he had on our congregation. He brought Pentecost to the Baptist church. Those of y'all that know about the Baptist church and Pentecost and things like that, y'all know what I'm talking about. I just want to salute him. He's a new inductee. Congratulations, sir, into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. And you talking about somebody that could rock an organ, that could teach a choir, and can preach the horns off of Billy Goat. That's the person that we're talking about today. We want to congratulate him on becoming the new inductee in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. I just had to say that. See, you got to give people honor where it's due. You're going to have to really give people their due. And sometimes we don't do that, and we need to take out time to do that. Ain't nothing wrong with being nice. It's just nice to be nice. Now, let's get back here. I had gotten a message, Brother B, about Miss Amira Scott. Everybody laughing about Tyrone. Now, y'all don't be bothered. His name is Orange Man. I don't know what y'all gonna call him. Anybody else said don't call him Tyrone. Don't call him. Well, that's who she was talking about in that video. All I'm want to say is, Brother Lee, and I want to bring you in on this, is that as we continue to look at the disastrous things that the Orange Man is doing, I wanted to just say to you all that Mississippi is, like I said, the last in the United States in everything: education, finance, health, everything. People are still suffering. It's still a slave man. I call it the plantation mentality because people are still taking this garbage. But Amira Scott, along with her And she's been in there a long time, since 1993. So she knows the ins and the outs of everything that's going on around in there. So I'm just glad that somebody spoke up and finally said something, Democrats. Somebody stood up. I got faith in you now when O'Meara Scott got up there and told the truth. There are 27 legislators that did not vote for that elimination of the income tax, which is really about to throw Mississippi in the garbage in the real bad sense. Where are they going to get the money? And don't think it's just hurting black people. It's going to hurt the white folks too. They're getting ready to feel the pain. But Brother Lee, I wanted to bring you in because we're at 50 I had to say what I had to say, but I want you to come in and the Department of Education, we're going back to it because your children are ours and our nieces, nephews, and folks, they go to school and everything. What are they going to do about the Pell Grants? What are they going to do about the loans? What are they going to do about standards in education, setting the guidelines and everything? And what are we going to do about educating the children? Now, if it's happening around the country, I know most big states can carry their own. Hold on. Most can carry their own. But Mississippi need a little help. They need a little help. They need a whole lot of help. And it's sad. That's where our ancestors and our relatives come from. And it's just sad to see that they always picking on us, as they say. Come on, Brother Lee, and get your commentary. I want you to come on in on this. I want you to come in a little bit early while we was doing the video. But come on in, Brother Lee. Say your greetings and everything. The folks is waiting on you. Wait a minute. You hear me, Brother Lee? I hope you hear me. Okay, come on in, Lee, whenever you can hear me. I think he probably stepped away from the mic. But I want to say to all of you all that we got some serious problems. And that's okay. So that's the problem. What is the solution? We got to get off our tail and vote. We got to vote, folks. We got to vote. We have to vote. We have to vote. I'm gonna say it again. We have to vote. This is what happens when you stay at home, Alice. This is what happens when folks stay at home and they don't vote. Now here we go with this here, and let's talk about Social Security, Brother Lee. If you come on in whenever you decide to, sir. Come right on in. You're open. I don't know if he's having technical problems. He's in there. I hear him. I see him. But he'll be in. Look, Social Security is on the chopping block. Look, these folks the muskrat has come in. Him and his crew. They call him the Doge, or whatever. DOGE. That's the muskrat's crew. These are some young kids that went into the Department of Education, went into Social Security, went into all of these places, got all of our information. And this is why I'm kind of upset. There's another article, we're going to talk about it probably, and once I get more information on it next week, that the muskrat is going today to the Pentagon, to the Department of Defense, to get a briefing on China. Now, this man is not a government official. He ain't been appointed. He ain't been Senate cleared. But why do he get a chance to see all of the secrets of the United States and all of our vital information from the United States? Who gives him the right to do that? They ain't going to do it with us. They ain't going to let us do it. And when I mean us, they ain't letting no black people come up in there and look at nothing. But you get a muskrat because he paid all your debts off, and he paid your children's debts off, and he paid Giuliani's debts, and everybody got debts. He did. He paid Giuliani legal bills, and he paid that settlement to the dear sisters in Georgia that was working the election that he talked about and lied on like a dog all over the country. That $100-some million, Elon Musk paid for it. That's why you ain't heard nothing from him. He got a scooter now. He went and got him some hair dye. Him and his bodyguard at the grocery store. They got a picture. I sure wanted. I don't like making fun of people and shaming them or anything like that. Some folk need to be shamed, like Giuliani and the rest of them. They need to be shamed because look at where our country is in the toilet now. To keep from being their toilet paper, we got to get ourselves together. Brother Lee is here, y'all. and he's going to come with his commentary. Come on, brother Lee, are you here? I got to hear you. I hear you. I see.
Yes,
There he is.
great
Come
day,
on, brother
everyone.
Lee. A great
Well,
day, brother
great.
Lee. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother Lee. Go ahead.
Well, what I like to always say, look, we got a we got a decent report on what's going on, and there's more things that we don't know. Yeah, Elon Musk has privy to information that he shouldn't have. He doesn't understand, but he's going to use it to better his corporations, his businesses, his anything that will grow his power. Money is power. If you get enough of it, you can control just about anybody or anything, and that's what he's done. He's taken his money and invested into the Trump, and Trump is beholden to him, and not just Elon Musk. See, we thinking that this is one man with that kind of power. No, the people that finance Elon Musk. See, we have to understand that we can't be ignorant about what we're looking at. Elon Musk he reports to a board of directors. This is not his money. He's a front man, and that's what we have to understand. Just like the guy at Amazon, he is not running his bike. These people sit at a board. It's a whole bunch of Caucasians that sit in that room and make decisions. They appoint somebody to be a figurehead. And if we don't understand how finance works, how government works, there's a bunch of white guys sitting in a room, a Caucasian sitting in a room, make the decisions about your life. And we can go on about the government eradicating taxes and saying that the first states is going to hurt is the states that, oh, you got to understand this. Some states in this country get more money from the government than they give in taxes. Some states, some states get more from the government than they pay in taxes. And I think Mississippi is one of those states. So it'll definitely hurt that state of Mississippi.
Yeah,
It,
Mississippi's
yes,
two
yes,
thirds of their wait, Lee, hold
yes.
on a second. Two thirds of Mississippi's budget comes from federal dollars. Two
Well, that's
thirds of
just what
that.
I said. That's just
Yes,
what
you
I
did.
said.
Yes, sir. That's what I want. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. And there are other states that get more from the government than they pay out. So they'll be hurt. That state, that's Mississippi and states like that, the states that voted for Donald Trump, it's going, but see, that what they're trying to do is flush out all the poor, flush them down to where they big in the streets, they have more control over them. That's what the rich Caucasians in Mississippi, that is what they're trying to do. And if they got to flush some of their own poor Caucasians down that toilet, they will, for the greater good of the white wealthy Caucasians. That is what they're doing. They have a plan here, and it's to flush the poor to a point where they can just get them their wages down because they feel the wages are too high. You can look this up. The wealthy corporations feel wages are too high, benefits are too high. They want to turn it around. They'll tell you it's in there, it's out there. You can look all of this up. You can see your corporate, they can't keep their mouth shut about it. They saying these people make too much money. Not just African Americans. It's all minorities. They feel they make too much. They even feel some of the poor white folks make too much money. Corporations want to eliminate that middle class and just make the poor and the rich so they can have absolute control, and then they can make real changes to that constitution and not in the ways that you want to appreciate. And that's what they're trying to do. I know we know about this is happening in the Department of Education. Like I said, when you eliminate something, you got to replace it with something else, or you ain't gonna have a floor to stand on. And they don't. They trying. It's like, okay, here's the thing. Donald Trump was saying that he likes the ignorant. That means he like you without an education. He appreciates you more without an education. He says the ignorant. I love the ignorant. That was him speaking out loud. This America loves ignorant people, uneducated people, people that knee jerk reaction. It's when used to go to the doctor's office. You sit on the table and you have your legs hanging down, and he takes this little hammer and he hits your knee, and knee automatically jerks. He likes that knee jerk reaction. He likes the fact that when he tells you something, you don't think about it, you just react, and you react the way they want you to. And that's what we have to stop doing. We're going to have to put our thinking caps on, like he told you in school, and really do our homework. We got to stop letting people think for us. Social media think for us. Knee-jerk reaction when we see somebody on social media doing something, we say, "Oh, well, that's life. Well, they living nice. They living good. Why come I can't live like that?" That's all fake and phony. Where everybody's a content creator now. I can't. What do you do? I'm a content creator. What the hell is that? You know, that's not a
That's a
job.
hobby. It's a
That's
hobby.
not a job because your job, that content creating job depends on whether they get some likes and views and subscriptions. And they living on the edge of their seat every single day. And people can't wait to tune in to see what the average person is doing with their life, and you can do it yourself. This is insanity here. We're tuning in to see people cook, clean, wash their ass, with just sit up there and read a book, walk the park. We get a life, get out there and live some life and stop watching it. This is insanity. We're looking for what people think, and they really haven't lived a life. We're going to find out how somebody deal with a relationship and they're not even married. We're going to see how somebody can catch a man and they ain't got one. You're going to see all of these things. We're going to see what somebody thinks about sports and all of this, and they haven't played one sport. Or they don't know no more than you do. When we tune into garbage to watch, to feed our minds about something instead of living our life. Stop. Look, I can tell you about it. You see it all day long. People walking down the street, they looking at their phones when they're walking across the street. It's extremely dangerous to have your head down and you're walking across the street like you're some kind of kung fu master, and you can just feel the traffic instead of looking up, and you sitting on the park bench, you're looking at the phone. When you're sitting in your bus, you're looking at the phone. When you're in a restaurant, you're looking at the phone. I mean, you're everywhere. That, like I said yesterday, you have an addiction and you won't even admit it. If you can put that phone down for one day without looking at it and twitching and talking and twerking and just like a crack addict or a heroin addict, you're twitching and talking and you can't put it down. I mean, you got a problem. Little babies got problems. They 2, 3 years old looking at their phone. They twitching and turking and they can't. You take it from them, they start crying and give it back to them. They shut up right away. You got old people looking at their phones now. They turking and you know what? That is, I'm gonna tell you something. That phone is it does the work of a PC, a personal computer. 20 years ago, that phone is 10 times as fast as has more information in it than a PC that you had on your desk, a big old clunky PC that you would have on your desk, and you're trying to get information out of it. That phone can do that now. Instead of using that phone for something like increasing your wealth and increasing your knowledge, you're using it for nonsense. You went straight to the nonsense, not what that phone can actually do for you. You say, no, that's too good. You're blaming the fact that you're poor because when you don't have access to information, yeah, that can keep you out of the loop. But now you got access to information. What you crying about now? You got access to social media, give you a connection with the whole world. So why you can't make any money now? Because you're exposed to a bigger market share. Your market share is the world now. You don't need a big chunk of it. You don't even need 1%. You need less than 1% or 1% or 1%. You need 0.00000 will still make you wealthy of this world's market. You got access to it. Use it. This is the thing. We don't understand what social media really can do. It can get you in touch with people on the other side of the world. China, uh, Australia, Africa, Philippines, uh, anywhere around the world. I mean, you could sell anything to anybody, any time of day or night. It gets you resources. You want to write a book and sell a million sellers, you could do it overnight on social media. You want to have a magazine, you could start it overnight on social media. You want to do something that can really make a difference, you could do it on social media, but do it in a positive way. You this is the greatest, uh I think one of the greatest inventions that's ever been made is social media, and we using it for the dumbest things. This is insanity. But you know what?
Mm.
Who found the
You're
use of
speaking the
social media?
truth, brother. You're
Who
speaking
who
the truth.
who
You
found
go
the
ahead.
use? Who found the use of social media? Elon Musk found the use of social media. You know who
You're
found
so
the use
right.
of social media? Amazon using social media. You know who found the use
Yeah.
of Lyft and Uber? The Uber people found the use of social media. They created billions. You couldn't get nobody to cough on them when they first started because they didn't see the potential of social media. But those people did, and they're making trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars, and they didn't have a
Yeah.
pot to piss in. And we don't, they know the value of social media, and we don't. Man, you know, social media, boy, you get on there, you could touch people all around the world every single day. But you can't touch them with the garbage that we got because they don't want to see it. We're talking about relationships, which is cool, but we're talking about how to live, and you know how you balling out of control, and how you got these dollars and you're taking dollars and you're throwing them in the air, and then everybody say, I want to throw dollars in the air. But you know what? You don't even know if that's real money. You don't even know how they got the money. You don't know how many. Is it mostly dollar bills? I mean, look, you seeing people riding in new cars. Those cars are rented. You know, those cars are loaned out. You just see them in houses that not even theirs, or they don't own the house. They paying a mortgage on the house. They barely can hold on to the house. You see these rappers and these singers and these athletes, you know, they don't own 90% of the homes they don't even fully pay for. They're renting these. Have mortgage on these homes. They got mortgage on these cars. They got mortgage on yes, these clothes that they getting, they loaned out to them and they getting them like that. You know, this jewelry is fake and all of that is not real. That's not real life. When these women tell you and these men tell you that they live in a certain way and they should act a certain way, listen, these people probably couldn't catch a cold. Some of them ain't got a wife, a husband, none of that stuff.
What you say?
But
You
but
say
but
they can't even catch cold. What?
they
Okay.
can't catch a cold. But they telling you how many men they got. They can't the women. They tell me how many women I got. You know, got the nerdiest men telling you how to act, how to be a man. You got the nerdiest square, disrespectable men, disrespectful men telling you how to be a man. You should act a certain way. You should do this. If it don't feel right, don't look right, it ain't right. You got women telling you, look, turn down this man, that man, and they look like a piece of shoe. But that's what I'm saying. If you want to, I'm gonna tell you, ladies, if you want to stand on your beauty, I tell you like this. If you standing on your beauty and you say, look, I want a man because I look good. Okay, and that man comes to you and he says, okay, I'm willing to give you everything that you asked for. He says, I'm going to continue to give you everything you asked for. Can you, and I'm going to ask you this question, ladies, can you maintain your beauty as long as he keeps his money right? That's a no for the women because eventually you're going to get old. So the older you get, the less money I can give you now. That's the thing. If you're going to stand on your beauty, well, then let him stand on his money. But you make sure your beauty don't wear out. Make sure you stay looking like you do 24 hours a day because that's what he's paying for. If you standing only on your beauty, then you know what? That's why that man's gonna leave. Because you standing on something that's not real. You standing on something that doesn't have a foundation. If you looking in the mirror and say, I'm fine as hell, okay, come back to me 5 years and say you look the same way, or 10 years, or 20 years. So don't stand on your beauty. Have something of some substance, ladies. That's what I'm saying. If you want that man to be a good man, he started off as a good man. If you want him to maintain to be good, and you came in on your beauty, you better make sure you have your beauty up. Because man, if you want him to maintain and be the man he is, you're gonna have to maintain it. And there's no way you can maintain your beauty. That's one thing you can't be consistent with is your beauty. And that's the thing. Stand on. Come in the door with some substance. Come in the door with some integrity. Come in the door, say, look, I'm gonna roll my sleeves up and I'm gonna be a team. And when they say for better or for worse, women only looking at the better. They say, oh, this is great, and that's the thing. I've been married. I've been out there. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want to talk about my relationship. I don't want to get too deep into it because it's an exception, not the rule. And I'm not gonna say because what happened to me is gonna happen for you. But what I'm saying is that when you stand on something, make sure you can maintain it. And that's what you have to understand, ladies. Yeah, you with the products they make out here, the cosmetics and the makeups and all of that stuff and the hair and all that stuff that they make, they can make a dog look beautiful. I've seen the pigs look beautiful. You know, they can make anything look beautiful. It's a deception. You want to stand on a deception or you want to stand on the rule. And that's the thing. Yeah, you say, well, I can't go out the house without my hair, my lad. Well, you going outside in a disguise. You might as well be Halloween, might as well be every day. A strong woman can stand on what she has. Yeah, you can fix yourself up, but do you have to put yourself on? Do you have to wear fake hair? That's what they do for Halloween. They put on fake hair, fake nails, fake that, and then you go outside and say, "I'm a beautiful woman." Well, that's not the woman that I thought I saw. That's not the woman I want. And that's the thing, women. And I tell the men, stop putting your pants all around your butt, pull your pants up, and don't lie about how much you got or what you got. Put yourself out there and be real about what you have. And if you work at McDonald's, be proud, hold your head up. If you work as a street cleaner, if you work as a plumber, whatever. Those jobs, I've done those jobs, the truck driver. Look, man, if whatever you work at, be proud of where you work because you're going to be elevated later. God's going to touch you as he always is. He lives inside of you. And you got to activate that blessing. He's poured all the blessings you need. All you got to do is activate it. Activate it. You want him to pour the blessings in and activate them too. It don't work like that. He poured the blessings in. You have to activate it. You have to put action to it. Activate means put action. You can't say, "Oh Lord, I need a house." Well, okay, he poured the blessing in you. He's gonna give you a house, but you got to activate it. You got to put action toward that blessing. And you can't go to the prayer pastor and say, "Let's get on our knees, let's pray for this house." No, he says God has already put that house in you. All you got to do is put action toward it. And that pastor ain't gonna get you the house. He already got him a nice house, nice car, he got nice suits, he got all everything, got the first lady, and she looking good. So he feels his job is to take your money. Your job is to activate your blessings and touch people's lives in a positive way. That's what we have to do. And that's the thing. I'm not just for the you can say, well, dang, Lee, he speaks harshly about the sisters. I speak real about the sisters and the brothers. We got to start standing up and standing together because we're not like them. We're not like the Caucasians. We keep using their tools to solve our problems. We want to be like them and we talk about them and we act like them. And see, we have to stop that. They copying us and we copying them. But we are not going to get what they have because we're using their tools to fix our problems. And that's why when we see these things happening, we got to think of a solution and not stay in the problem. Yeah, they may take away education. What can we do? They may take away our jobs, but what can we do? Okay, we good at social media. I've seen 2-year-old kids get on there. Now, if they can do it, we can create businesses through social media, not just those flash in the pans content creators. That's not a business. That relies day to day on you acting a fool. And there's always gonna be somebody a bigger fool than you that draw your subscribers from you and they tune in to somebody else. So you're gonna have to up the ante. When somebody do something, you got to do something more stupid. And then they're gonna just keep doing it's stupid. It's just you got to keep piling on the stupid. That content creating is not the way to go. Especially you call it a content creating. Content means it has something in it. It may have something of value. You create something that has no value in it. You create nonsense. How to shop, how to act the fool, how to twerk, how to say something stupid, how to out stupid somebody. Not outsmart somebody, how to lower the bar. How low can I go? That's the thing about social media. How low can I go? Can I talk about this person? Can I use his content, put it on my show, and act the fool and make criticism about this and that and this and that and this and that? It's crazy as heck. We got to change the narrative. We got to steer the ship instead of the ship steering us. We have to stop letting the tail wag the dog and start being the head, not the tail. And that's what we're doing. And that's what I like to say. I tell you, my
Well,
brother.
I thank you. Well, Brother Lee, the tail is wagging the dog. I mean, because when we look at, I mean, everything that we talk about here on the show and bring to you, we not, and like Brother Lee was saying, ain't nobody's criticizing or anything. We got some, even though that there are problems, there are solutions. Okay, let's make some lemon out these lemonades. I mean, there's some lemonade out these lemons. I mean, we can complain. I want to bring it to the forefront because a lot of people don't understand or they might not hear what's going on. We bring it to you, but there are solutions, folks. We are the surviving people of this world. We're the survivor. We've been through as a race of people more than any other race of people in this world, and they've been trying for doggone since they knew who we were and who we are to try to eliminate us, and they can't. I'm not saying that you got a problem when you're going to come after us, but as we stand and as we got the tools necessary to do what we need to do. We just got to bring them together. Putting it out there, letting people know what's going on. Just like what Representative Scott said, we be calling y'all get them mad. We calling Tyrone the wrong folks. We calling the wrong people to try to solve our problems. We got to take care of our problems first. We know they got a problem. They some sick folks. They doing everything that they can to do and to dismantle the advancements that we have. But we can read, so we can teach our grandchildren and our nieces and nephews. We know how to add, subtract. We got a lot of people that got some degrees. We need to start our own schools again. Do we need to take some of them big churches and have some academies like they do? I mean, they're not willing to put no money up front. We don't want y'all to know anything. We want you to be stupid. We want these kids to be slow. Y'all pass them along, get them in here or whatever the case may be, because the money goes with the child. They don't understand that. When they broke up and they say, well, we're going to break up the Department of Education, which is responsible for all of these things, ain't nobody getting nothing. We can create scholarship programs. We can create a method and a way to get our young people where they need to go. We can take care of our older people. How many nurses out there that's making Baptist and Methodist hospitals and the Ben Taub Hospital, the Rosas and the Northwestern, or wherever your major hospital is, you got nurses and doctors that work there. Why can't we as a people, first of all, think, not react, but think? Now, they got us reacting because they're doing all this stuff saying, oh, woe is me. We getting ready to take all of their goodies away and their food stamps and their welfare. But they don't understand. White folks are on food stamps and on relief, as they call it, relief. They're on it more than anybody. So he's hurting his folks. We have to be smart in this technological age that we're in. We can do some things. We can do something. We can do this, y'all. We are the survivors. They taking notes from us. They calling us on the phone, telling us, hey, why don't y'all come and help us? Why don't y'all come and do such and so? Why don't y'all come and do that and so? Listen, Brother Lee, we at that point. Brother Lee's commentary was here, and we're going to be back on Monday, Lord willing, with another wonderful week of broadcasting. We're not going to stop. There's some other things that are coming up. this week that we want you all to pay attention to. I'm doing some research. We're going to have, once I get the research done, and I'll have it done tomorrow, and I'll have everything put into the system. I got some other programming that we're going to have to do, but this is the Mac Man Morning Show. Listen, tune in each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media Productions, the Mac Man Morning Show right here as we stream our show live each and every day. Thank you to Brother Lee, our chief commentator and our chief contributor to our show, always waiting for you to bring the smoke. And he told us, look, get yourself together. Stop trying to be Houdini and wear all the masks and things like that. Let's get ourselves together, folks, as the people. We're better than this. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I'll see you all on next week. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Love somebody. Don't cost you anything to be nice. Be nice. Be kind. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you back here on next week right here on the Mac Man Morning Show.
It's a Mac, baby, on the song. It's a Mac.